Hello everyone, Angela here. Please excuse me, I sound a little bit nasally this week. I'm just getting over the tail end of a really bad sinus infection. Yes, even healers and energy workers get sick from time to time. And when that happens, I figure that is the universe's way of giving me a kick in the rear end and saying, slow down, take a break. So I listen to what my body tells me. But that is a lesson for another week. This week's lesson was about clarity. And if you looked at the message and read the message that I posted earlier in the week, I said that if you were looking for clarity for a situation or just in general or in regards to a person, that it was time to take off the blindfold, open your eyes, and see what's right in front of you. And the thing about clarity is it's really difficult for us to see the forest through the trees. And when you're in the thick of the situation, it's hard to have that objective, step back that you need to review the whole situation and make the best decision or decide on the best course of action. And I totally get that because I've been there many, many times. And I'm very blessed because a lot of people come in to see me and that's what they come in for the session. They're really, honestly, they're searching for clarity. And I'm blessed to be able to help them with that. But clarity is something that the majority of the time you're able to get on your own. And honestly, I think if you listen to your gut and your intuition, you know exactly what you need to do and what course of action to take. So I'm going to do a little exercise with you guys today. If you're looking for clarity in regards to a specific situation, in regards to a person, because honestly, most situations that we find ourselves in really have to do with the people that are involved in them. And our choices really aren't so much what to do about the situation, but what to do about the person. So if it's about a person, maybe it's just in general, whatever it is, I want you to sit for a moment and start thinking about the situation. And I know it's difficult to be objective and not to get emotional, but I want you to try and take a step back and pretend you're outside of it. So just get comfortable, close your eyes, and take a deep breath in and release. And another deep breath in and release. And a third deep breath in and release. Good. And I want you to just imagine the situation, whatever it may be, and imagine all the players in the situation. And just picture yourself a step back from it all, just watching everything. And you're just viewing it like you would a movie, on a screen. And you're just a viewer in the crowd. And I want you to take another deep breath in. And when you exhale, you feel something release. It was that pent-up tension you had. And I want you to just think to yourself, what do I need to do in this situation? What's the best course of action for me to take? Say that to yourself, and then allow the answer to just flow through your mind. Perfect. Now open your eyes. And that, my friends, is your answer. That's your gut speaking. When it comes to gaining clarity, you have to release your ego, your desires, what you want, what you think you should do, what others think you should do, what you think other people think you should do. How's that for complicated? You have to release all of that. Release the preconceptions, or release all of that. because your course of action should not be dependent on any of that. Your course of action should come from here, and that's it. And that is the beautiful thing about listening to your gut and going from your gut and your heart, is that really you don't need anybody else to tell you what to do. You know, intuitively you know. And it might take you a while, a few times of doing that exercise where you're kind of watching it as a movie in a theater. It might take a few tries, but you'll begin to see it gets easier and easier to discern your intuitive voice from your ego voice. And there is a difference, and you know the difference. And when you hear it from here and from here, it just clicks and it feels right. And that's what I tell people to go with. Go with your gut. And I have a video about it. I did it a few months ago, and I'll say it again. Your intuition, 99.9% of the time, is right on point with it. So go with that, because it's better than any advice anyone else could give you. Honestly, truly, believe me. And that's what I do for myself. So that's how I achieve clarity in situations, and that's maybe a new exercise for you to try. But I will say again, and I will just repeat it, most times when you're looking at a situation, it's not about the situation, it's about the people that are in it. And I think it's a really important thing to take a really good look at the people who are around you and who you're surrounded by. And I think as we grow older, we learn more and more that we outgrow people. And it's not a bad thing or a negative thing, but you outgrow people and you outgrow situations, and that's okay, because we're constantly growing and evolving, and that's as it should be. And if that's the case and you outgrow someone, you don't need to have that harsh talk and say, look, I've outgrown you, I don't need you anymore. But you can learn to either limit interactions with that person, or you can learn how to put up boundaries. And I've talked about boundaries before, so important for your own sense of sanity and happiness. And that's part of gaining clarity too, I think, is learning, who around you is a negative influence, who's a positive influence. And I think that has a lot to do with the situations we find ourselves in. So I hope that all of you enjoyed the exercise today. Continue to do it. See if it helps. Over time, it should. And I hope that if you haven't already finished the 21-day challenge that the rest of us has done, I hope you would join in today. And that's our positive affirmations every single day, as many times a day as you can. It's like giving yourself a pep talk in the mirror every day, and who wouldn't love that? So if you haven't already started it, start it today, right now, tomorrow, as soon as possible, and I guarantee you'll see the difference in just 3 weeks. As always, I wish every single one of you every blessing and happiness the universe has to offer upon you. I hope that you remain open to the love and the healing and the clarity, because I'm sending all of those things and much more so to each and every one of you. If you'd like to know more about me and what I do, feel free to check me out at our website, holisticwellnessnj.com. You can like me on Facebook at Holistic Wellness Associates, which, as I always tell you, I appreciate so much. I appreciate the love and the support so much, because I always say I do this for you as much for me, so yes, much appreciated. Or you could subscribe to the YouTube channel Angela Roberts LMT. Until next time, guys, stay positive and continue being open to giving and receiving the love.